And Paul Theron from Vestec now joins me for Mad Markets. Thank you so much, Paul.
Feeling good.
Research in motion, the CEO is buckling under investor pressure to resign, and now a new CEO for RIM.
So this is not the scenario that I'm sure the founders who retired over the weekend were envisaging. But you've got to ask yourself why it is that a company that's perceived by the market to be in such trouble strategically in terms of its products and so on, recruits an insider, somebody who's been with the company for some time and therefore has been, associated with the previous corporate strategy, which is not exactly winning, has now been made the CEO. Because sometimes, as you know, when there's a CEO switch, you see a big pop with the share price because everybody says, hallelujah, help is on the way. Today, the reverse effect, so going down further.
Paul, who do you think should be held accountable here? Is it the team that innovates the new technology and the fact that they haven't done exactly what they need to, and the fact that my BlackBerry keeps on hanging?
It's what? You too? I don't know. I've only got an Apple iPhone. Those work most of the time. No, look, I don't know, because it's not like this is a unique thing. It happens often in technology where people get committed to legacy products and to legacy systems, and then they kind of end up in a bit of a sort of dead end. And we know Nokia was the same.
How do you become you're a pioneer and then you transgress and you regress. How do you do that?
Well, I don't know. You've got to reinvent yourself. So the only case I can think of is Apple itself, which, as you know, was in a bit of a dead end in a corporate strategy. But that took a Steve Jobs to kind of bring it back from the dead. So I don't know, in RIM's case, I think something a bit more dramatic and exciting is required. But it's not really important. It's just a company and everybody likes to talk about it. It's really, become utterly insignificant. It's listed in Canada and it's got a minor presence in the US market. It's just fun to talk about, really.
I mean, I know you like Canadian companies. Would you be buying into RIM if the share price is low enough? Do you think it's worth it?
Some of my Twitter mates in the US who like to be contrarian are saying, well, if everyone's hating it, now's the time to actually step in. But what you normally find in a case like this is people are only interested in it because they think someone's going to buy it. So there'll be rumors out from 1 hour to the next that, Google's looking at it. We should have asked him, the guest you had on before. The next thing is it's like, Microsoft's looking at it or Intel's looking at it. I don't know. I mean, my sense is no one's looking at it. It's toast. It's finished.
The long-term refinancing operation in the Eurozone seems to be working quite nicely. Lots of positive rhetoric out of France and Germany that they might be relaxing the Basel III requirements.
Look, we've discussed this every day for the last 200 days. But people are now calling it the LTRO rally. So that sounds very insidery and kind of fun to say, but it stands for this long-term restructuring, refinancing thing that the ECB came up with. Because remember, 3 months ago we were saying the ECB is useless, it can't do anything because it doesn't have the mandate.
But what it did, it opened up the lines, liquidity lines, and that's what it's called, the LTRO.
So you can basically, if you're a European bank, take any old garbage that you've got on the balance sheet overnight, it's causing you some problems, give it to the ECB, they'll give you cash back, and then you can do what you need to do. So for that period, while banks don't want to do business with each other, they can do business with the ECB. This is all in the details column. You don't need to understand this or know, but all you need to know is that the sense of crisis in Europe seems to have dissipated, so now the markets can go higher. The Dow is trading close to 13,000. Who knows, within a few days we'll be back at the all-time highs.
And 60 points away from 34,000 on the JSE All Share.
Happy days.
Happy days. Paul Theron, thank you so much for joining us.